NXT UK continues to build its brand, 205 Live pulls some indie shit, and NXT continues to prove why it's the best brand in the company. Welcome to the Midweek Wrap-Up.
Yeah.
We're actually going to start with the best brand in the company, because why not? We'll start with NXT, where we had Matt Riddle defeat a debuting Punishment Martinez, and then Matt Riddle was quickly knocked out by Cassius Ohno afterwards. So,
oh no!
So they're not done. Ricochet will defend the NXT North American Championship against a mystery opponent next week. I'm excited to find out who that is. Heavy Machinery are ready for the Undisputed Era and to finally become NXT Tag Team Champions.
Whoa.
In 3 weeks, we will have a 4-way number one contenders match to determine who will face Shayna Baszler for the Women's Championship. There will be more qualifiers to come, but so far the only person to qualify is the undefeated Bianca Belair.
Didn't say it right.
I don't care. The
Can
Forgotten
you clap
Sons,
on all the syllables?
The Forgotten Sons defeated Raul Mendoza and Humberto Carrillo. Velveteen Dream had an experience with Kathy Kelly. Undisputed Era addressed future opponents like EC3, who will be facing Bobby Fish next week, and they talk about how they've injured the War Raiders, specifically Hanson, who apparently has broken ribs, torn ligaments, and a ruptured spleen. Jesus Christ. Shayna Baszler defeated Dakota Kai, and then a 3-on-1 beatdown brought Io Shirai out to fight off all three horsewomen. We had another Dominik Dijakovic. I don't like that. I don't like Dijak. Just Dijak. Another vignette. It's pretty cool. And then we had Tommaso Ciampa coming out saying
Weird Al Dijakovic.
Sure. Tommaso Ciampa came out and talked about how he's the greatest sports entertainer ever. Aleister Black came out and said that he is going to invoke his guaranteed rematch. Johnny Gargano said, "We're not done." Tommaso Ciampa finagled them both into a cage match.
Sort of.
And then got kicked in the face.
Yeah, cage match was never made official for anything.
True.
Yet.
But, I mean, they were pretty adamant about it, so I don't think Regal's going to be like, no, you can't have it.
Maybe. I mean,
you think William Regal with a crowd going that nuts, both Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black want the match, he's going to say, no cage match. Mm-hmm. William Regal's a smart man. Then on 205 Live, we had the Brian Kendrick defeat Drew Gulak by disqualification after getting attacked by Jack Gallagher. Drake and Buddy Murphy had a sit down where Buddy Murphy didn't really care for anything Drake was saying and decided to...
Neither did I.
That's fair. I didn't really care about this either. Of course, it was all kind of like undone because I thought the idea was Cedric and Buddy would be in the ring and they'd find out who their opponents were next week. But instead, we're going to get Cedric Alexander versus Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy versus Noam Dar, who wants revenge after Buddy screwed up the match against Tony Nese.
You know, I think there was a totally missed opportunity here.
Yeah?
It's the whole segment I was just waiting for Buddy Murphy to tell Drake to piss off.
We're trying to avoid that. Especially on 205 Live. Arya Daivari defeated Clay Roberts by a ref stoppage because he just kept fucking clotheslining him. Mustafa Ali looks towards another chance, but is excited to see Cedric Alexander get his. And in the main event, Lucha House Party defeated TJP and Mike Kanellis in a tornado tag match.
With
so many pinatas.
Shenanigans.
So many pinatas. Then, NXT UK episode 13, we saw the Scots, now known as Gallus, talking about... British Strong Style doesn't mean anything.
Gallus?
No. Different guy.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I hate that made me laugh. They said that British Strong Style doesn't mean anything and that NXT UK is their kingdom. Travis Banks made his long-awaited return. Went down to fight all three of them. Luckily, he had the backup of Mustache Mountain. And this leads to... in our next episode that we'll talk about, Travis Banks will take on Wolfgang in the main event. But more on this episode, Jordan Devlin claimed that he can beat Pete Dunne. He's the ace, and his main event opponent tonight, Flash Morgan Webster, is the Joker in a deck of cards. That was unnecessary.
Why so serious, Jordan Devlin?
Fabian Aichner defeated Mark Andrews in his debut and then beat the hell out of Mark Andrews towards the end. We had an Isla Dawn vignette, made her look real cool, and then she defeated Nina Samuels. Match wasn't that great. Sid Scala was named the assistant GM to Johnny Saint, and Rhea Ripley isn't quite impressed with him, but is looking forward to him finding her a suitable suitable competition now that she is the NXT UK Women's Champion. Then Eddie Dennis defeated Tucker, and in our main event, Jordan Devlin defeated Flash Morgan Webster.
Boo!
Then on NXT UK episode 14, Joseph Connors defeated Dan Maloney. We had Isla Dawn and Rhea Ripley have an altercation where Rhea Ripley doesn't think Isla Dawn deserves to be anywhere near her championship. Brothers Gallus and Mustache Mountain had an altercation before the show outside of the building. Dave Mastiff defeated the Wild Boar, and then while Mastiff was giving a promo about how he's looking forward to a potential championship since he is undefeated, we had creepy Eddie Dennis in the background because he's undefeated too.
Dennis the Menace.
Nope, I was going to try something else. It didn't work. El Ligero defeated Tyson T-Bone. Rhea Ripley defeated a poor, helpless Candy Floss. Next week, we're actually going to get Flash Morgan Webster versus Fabian Aichner because Flash Morgan took a little exception to what Fabian did to Mark Andrews in the previous mentioned match. We're also going to get Joe Coffey versus Trent Seven next week, and an update on the NXT UK Tag Team titles. And the main event, Travis Banks defeated Wolfgang with a little help from Trent Seven, a little bit of shenanigans, but hey, Travis Banks deserved it. So, that being said, what did you like about the midweek? Because there's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot that goes on when we have 4 episodes.
Yeah. When we have 2 episodes of NXT UK, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through.
Yeah,
but at least it's good. At least
it's got like a 90% satisfaction rate.
Yeah, it's not Raw
against like SmackDown's 75% satisfaction rate, and Raw's like 42% satisfaction rate. 50 on
a good week.
Yeah. Lots
to go through. So.
Yeah. You go first. I need to dole on it a little bit.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I really liked the tag team match on NXT, Forgotten Sons versus Raul Mendoza and Humberto Carrillo.
That was really good.
Carrillo, I mean, we already know that Raul Mendoza is really good, but Carrillo shows up and just, he impresses more and more every single week, and, unfortunately, they are relegated to a jobber tag team, but they don't really feel like a jobber tag team because they go out there and they fucking steal the show sometimes. And it's a good win for the Forgotten Sons because put some heel points on them because they're beating up the cool, fun high flyers. But yeah, I don't think anyone really loses in this situation, especially because Carrillo and Mendoza don't really have a lot to lose because they're just, they're spot guys currently, and it's working pretty well. So, yeah, that match was fucking awesome. Some great stuff from Humberto in this one. What about you? What did you like?
Okay, I figured it out.
All right.
My like is going to go to the blooming relationship between Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis. Just the whole.
I don't think it's a relationship.
The whole set. Well, not all relationships are healthy.
That's fair.
No, let's talk. Just Dave Mastiff versus the Wild Boar.
Yeah.
Fun match.
It's fun watching Wild Boar try.
Yeah. I mean, he got probably more offense than almost anyone else. So far.
He absolutely had the best chance that any of Dave Mastiff's opponents have had,
including Tyson T-Bone.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Dennis. Like, these are the two guys who are two of the guys who I enjoy watching the most.
Right.
And there's so many really, really good guys on NXT UK. But a lot of the people have such a similar style where, like, a huge, giant cropping of these guys are technical and then super hard strikes and then crazy spots and then a finish. Like every match arcs all 3 of those things.
Yeah.
Mastiff and Eddie Dennis are so not those matches.
Yeah, they ruin whoever they go against.
Like Dave Mastiff is just the dude who's going to be gigantic and he's going to wow you with his agility, and Eddie Dennis is just this kind of sickly, psychotic, tall, lanky dude.
Yeah,
who's got a penchant for throwing people.
Like, I expected Eddie Dennis to have a little bit of trouble with Tucker just because he's the most established name that Eddie Dennis has faced so far, except maybe Ashton Smith. But like, Tucker, I was like, oh yeah, this should be a pretty good match. No, Eddie Dennis fucking wiped the floor with Tucker.
Sorry, Tucker.
There was no chance. So
tough luck, Mother Tucker.
You're on fire with these puns, and I don't like it. I mean, I like it.
Okay.
Do your love, because I've got a couple that I've got in my brain, so I want to know if you end up taking one or if I'm just gonna double up. So.
Okay. Loves. Love. That's a strong word.
It's a word we use 4 times a week. 3 times a week. Because we don't do like love and dislike on Indie News.
Alright, I'm going to go with Fabian Aichner versus Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
That was a really good match.
Do something with Fabian Aichner. The fact
they are.
But it's been too long. Like this was amazing.
It's
so
like
good.
The scene, like, because NXT UK is still in its fledgling state.
Yeah.
And Fabian Aichner is coming over from regular NXT. He's like
NXT obscurity.
Yeah, but he is like the high school senior.
Yeah.
Because, the NXT roster is established.
Oh, yeah.
People know the NXT guys.
Yeah.
So he's coming down from established NXT roster, and he's going to start picking on the NXT UK guys.
Yeah, starting with Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and then somebody's going to end up, like, putting him in his place eventually. No idea who it's going to be.
It'd be Ligero.
You think?
That's my guess. It'd be El Ligero would be the one to finally put down Fabian Aichner.
And it's just... Here's the good thing about this is I think this is what's going to open the window for Aichner to do something good on regular NXT is by them seeing how good he's doing.
You think so?
Here, yeah, and it's one of those things because they're not saying like, oh, he's here on NXT UK. They were touting him the whole night as NXT superstar,
making his NXT UK debut though.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to be a permanent fixture. I think he was there for like these tapings.
I don't know. I think the fact that he has European roots, kind of gives him more reason to shine in NXT UK than it does on regular NXT, especially with the level of stars that you see constantly going through just NXT.
Yeah, and then you got the fact that he's the Evolve champion.
Yeah.
So. They're giving him something.
Finally.
Which is better than nothing.
Yeah. The fact that they're at least going to continue this till next week, hopefully further, just so much more Fabian Aichner. Please, for the love of God, put this guy on TV more often. All right. Well, that was going to be one of my loves, so I'll put my other love on the Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano finishing segment.
You mean Johnny Badass.
Johnny Badass. Man. First, Tommaso comes out and is just killing it as a heel. Aleister Black comes out, feisty as fuck, ready for a title match. Ciampa's not even sure what's happening, but before Aleister can get too fired up at Ciampa, Johnny comes out and allows Ciampa to slightly escape, the whole him sneaking through the ropes as Johnny's getting up in Aleister's face. And then it's just more yelling, and then suddenly there's a cage match idea, and Tommaso's being a manipulative little fuck over on the apron, and then he gets kicked in the face.
Yeah.
And it was such a fun segment. It was just 3 completely different personalities all just exploding in the ring together, and it was so much fun to watch. It harkens back to the an Attitude Era type segment where you have heel Triple H in the ring, and then you have Jericho or The Rock or Stone Cold or anyone come out, and there's just these big personalities, these people that just work so well together, all in each other's face at the same time, and it adds so much excitement to the show. And I think that was really, NXT itself is a highlight of the week, but when you have a good group of guys all just telling each other why they suck or why they're better and all this, it's so much fun.
True.
What'd you dislike?
I got a couple things.
All right. I think I've only really got one.
First one, I'm going to go with the Tornado Tag Match, 205 Live.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to the gimmicky things.
The gimmicky things are fine.
It's just, for me, I'm now officially worn out on Lucha House Party.
Yeah, Raw's not doing them any favors.
And, like, they seem, at this point, completely invulnerable. Like,
yeah,
untouchable.
It's like Mustafa Ali about a month ago.
Yeah.
Like, well, no matter how much you do to them, they're not going to go down.
There's the difference. No one gets to do anything to Lucha House Party. Like,
well, I just
there was some offense, but they're so on top of almost the entire match, especially the Lucha House Party rules matches. But I mean, like, they just like they do the things, and then it's like, man.
But to be fair,
Crimbo.
The whole build up to this was TJP disrespecting and stealing the masks of Lucha House Party.
Yeah.
So you can't say that they're infallible.
But these were happening before they're blooming back onto the Raw roster.
Yeah.
That's when the big dynamic change happened. Is once they became guys who were trading back and forth from 205 Live to the main roster. Now that they're main roster guys, that's when they've become the untouchables. And why I don't like it. That and Isla Dawn doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, no,
it's
my dislike.
They're trying really hard.
That's the thing, is my dislike is the vignette makes Isla Dawn seem so cool, and then the in-ring stuff it falls apart.
See, I didn't even think the vignette was that good. It was just like, it was a promo with a cool background.
That's all it is. It's the great showmanship, but then that person doesn't live up to the showmanship.
But the showmanship is all of what like WWE's doing, because herself, she's not invoking anything. She's just talking.
That's all she's got to do. I think she has, like, her look and the way she speaks is great, but it doesn't translate into her in-ring work, because her in-ring work is just it's a pile of stuff. That's all it is.
And it's just, the fact that they're trying to build somebody up, and then the next match they have, there's a little bit of chain wrestling at the beginning, but then the rest of the matches they get the crap kicked out of them.
Yeah.
And then, like, 3 kicks later, they win the match.
Yeah. And I don't even know what move she was trying to hit to finish Nina off with, but it was just, they both went up, but they both fell, and then Nina lost.
Yeah. There's a lot to be done with, because I can see what they're going for.
Yeah.
But the fact that the only thing she does is this with her arms, it's just like that doesn't scream like witchy character, that doesn't scream supernatural character, that's like a really, really toned down version of Sasha Banks's entrance.
That's fair.
Like, I don't know, it's just it's like, I had this example with somebody else in my head prior to coming over here and watching all the shows, but it's the idea that it's there's 2 different ways to go about trying to build a person, and it's somebody getting over naturally and therefore earning a push because they're getting over, a la like the Becky Lynch thing that's going on now, versus some like Triple H wanting to get someone over, so therefore that person gets a push to try and help them get over, which is the less organic way to get somebody over.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening. It's like they're like, here's a character person, and we want people to like this, so we're gonna put it on TV and we're gonna put it on all the episodes. When, like, man, people want to see Zaya Brookside and Millie McKenzie.
Yeah, definitely more of both of those girls.
But then it just seems like the Isla Dawn thing falls flat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not working.
That being said, I'm sure she's a great gal.
Yeah, I mean, she seems nice. She seems like
very friendly.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure she's trying. Hopefully.
You know who needs to go over there?
Oh,
Nikki Cross.
Oh, Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross would be the Fabian Aichner of the women's division.
Yeah,
she'd just run that shit.
Just put her and Dane. Just send them back. Send them over there to like fuck shit up.
Just leave Wolf and Young as a tag team.
Yeah, and they can stay on SmackDown and fight the Usos or something.
Maybe.
Because that's what
they're ever
happen.
on TV.
Yeah, and I mean, here's a tangent to go off of. Not that we haven't gone long enough, but you split them apart like that, and I guarantee you, Sanity will get more TV time.
No, because the fact that it's a trio, it doesn't really have.
Yeah, or a stable, or whatever you want to call it. WWE is notorious, especially in this current era, of having no idea what to do with any group that's more than 2 people.
Yeah. Well, unless you're the New Day.
Yeah.
Vince used to know what to do with groups of people.
And here's the thing. The New Day built themselves, though.
Yeah.
The other groups are usually people that were put together by WWE.
Yeah.
Generally, a group of people put together by Triple H getting called up to the main roster. And then once they get up there, the main roster writers are like, oh, what do?
3 people. Well, we gotta put them against the New Day. Oh, they lost against the New Day.
We're out of ideas.
Yeah.
Put the Shield back together. No, and that's the thing, is if Young and Wolf became a tag team specifically, and Dane and Nikki Cross went over, and still, they can both still keep the Sanity gimmick, but Dane and Cross go over to NXT UK.
I want to see Dane versus Mastiff.
Yeah, exactly. Then you have a new entity on NXT UK that's going to spice things up, and it's going to get eyes over there because it's going to be a main roster person, or people. And then you get Wolf and Young that are actually going to probably get TV time at that point. Because they become a tag team who can then become a new people who can get in contention for the championships.
Yeah. Hire us. We'll write your shows. Anyway, that is it for the midweek wrap up, guys.
Baron Corbin. I mean, thanks for commenting and liking and subscribing and those things.
Don't forget those things. There's podcast link. I don't know.
Did it really throw you off that much?
Yeah.
I whispered Fire Baron Corbin?
You didn't whisper.
Oh.
It was pretty out loud, bro.
Whoops.
Bro.
Anyway. Yeah, that's the link that says SoundCloud.
There's there you could listen to this review and all of our reviews in podcast form. Jesus.
The other rear views?
The rear views. It's just a lot of Naomi's backside. Where are you going?
Just keep doing the thing. They can hear me.
There's also Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where we have the list with Kevin Hawk, who's coming back. We have Question of the Week, sometimes with Thomas Wolfe. There's other videos loosely based around wrestling. We have an entire playlist full of unboxing videos, mostly from our friends at Pro Wrestling Crate. And there's fucking Jesus Christ. There's also punishment videos where I had to do terrible things because we have a wheel and this guy's a dick. And so go watch it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide. How many times have I said thank you for watching?
Fuck Modus.
So, word life?
Yep.
What?